The Bad Batch, Episode 12, Juggernaut. After Omega surrenders in order to get the Empire to leave Pabu alone, CX2 successfully returns her back to Tantiss, where Emery tests her blood and confirms to Hemlock that it is indeed what they need, as Omega's blood sample does in fact yield a favorable M-count replication. Now, I gotta say, I was kind of surprised Hemlock didn't physically scold her for escaping and putting the whole project and even his own life at risk. I don't know, I was kind of expecting him to give her a smack for her defiance at the very least. Not to mention, it does seem like a thing, a space Nazi like him would do and all. Yeah, sure, this is a kid's show after all, so it's not going to be that dark and realistic, I suppose. As instead, Hemlock acts like nothing really happened at all, which we know that's not the case, and casually takes Omega to the vault, where she will be held with the other young Project Necromancer test subjects, and where we can only guess that she will be subjected to further tests and experiments. Meanwhile, once the Imperial forces do leave Pabu, Crosshair then suggests to Hunter and Wrecker that even though he failed in striking a tracker beacon on C2X's ship, he mentions there is someone that may still know the coordinates to Tantiss, and that someone is Vice Admiral Rampart. Well, the former Vice Admiral, now he's just Prisoner Edmund Rampart. Yeah, this is a fantastic idea and one I didn't even think about at all, since I kinda figured that Rampart probably wasn't alive anymore, especially with him being an individual with such sensitive information that only few people in the Empire knew about. And considering how he got betrayed by Palpatine and all, well, obviously he's no longer loyal to the Empire. And this information he does know and have, somehow getting in the wrong hands would be the last thing that Palpy would want. Alls I'm saying is that it's risky keeping someone like Rampart alive is all, and looks like it is. But hey, seeing as they did keep him alive, and that he's imprisoned on an Imperial labor camp on a planet called Erebus, then yeah, I'm down for this late game twist in the series. As I can't say I had the Bad Batch saving Rampart on my bingo card, but hey, here we are. Now, in addition to this, we also get another small twist and Fee showing up, and I say this as a twist only because I didn't expect to see her again. At least not so soon. As like I said in my last review, I was expecting the Batch to try and get in contact with Rex first. So to see Fee make her way back to Pabu so soon and for her to be the one helping them out is a bit of a surprise. And yeah, she also mentions that she was able to sneak past the Empire via the hidden cavern entrance that both Asajj and C2X used. And dang, seems about everyone at this point, both those living on Pabu, and as well those who've never been there before, all happen to know about this hidden cavern, but the Batch. Yeah, they're clearly not the brightest bunch, are they? Anyway, using her contacts, Fee then gets the Batch the location of Rampart and which Imperial camp he's being incarcerated at. And with her help, the Batch then infiltrate Erebus, hijack a prison transfer turbo tank, and manage to escape with Rampart intact. Now, I was a tad bit disappointed that the Batch had a more harder time breaking into a turbo tank than, say, Melshi's Rebel Squad in Rogue One. Which, does that now mean that Rebel Commandos are more effective than former Republic clone mutant commandos? I mean, I don't know, I wouldn't say so, but if we go off by how they tackle the Imperial turbo tank prisoner rescues, then I guess we have to say yes to the Rebel Commandos here. Never thought I'd say that, and I also never thought I'd see the likes of Rampart teaming up with the Batch. Even if it may be temporary, but I like it. Now, granted, later on Fee's ship, Rampart does explain that no one knows Tantiss' coordinates, but he is willing to help them find the facility in exchange for not being returned back to the labor camp, as they're now in this together, and he may still know one other way to get around the secret to Tantiss' coordinates, whatever that may end up being. Now, overall, this was a rather fun and enjoyable episode, as it felt like classic Bad Batch, and it showed that, hey, looks like we don't need a Rex-focused arc to have a good quality episode in this season. It's just a Batch doing Clone Commando things that you'd expect them to do and that they're known for, and yeah, I enjoyed every minute of it. Sure, it wasn't a super high-stakes episode or anything like that, but it didn't need to be if done well, and that was this. Also, the fact that we now even have Rampart, who's, well, seen better days, now on the clone side is super fascinating, as this adds an element of unpredictability to the show and to the Batch itself, and especially it's cool just seeing the difference in the personality dynamics between him and the Batch, which will be fun to watch. I'm now wondering if they'll maybe try to turn Rampart into an Imperial turned good guy character like they did with Callus and Rebels. Except, unlike Callus, Rampart will probably end up dying with the rest of the Batch in the season finale. At least I think so, as I don't really see him surviving the show, but either way. I'm now a fan of the direction this season is taking, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. And that was my take on this episode of The Bad Batch. Let me know what you all thought about the episode in the comments below, and if you haven't already, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see you on the next one.